So the cracks are beginning to show as James Gunn is giving us some insight on what inspired his version of the Man of Steel. And believe it or not, one inspiration may very well shock you. Now look, before I get started, do you borrow three major favors? Please hit that subscribe button. And if y'all gonna hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's news. This article is coming from movieweb.com. It is titled James Gunn Reveals What Inspired His Superman Reboot, and it should please Snyderverse fans. I thought that Snyder fans was the vocal minority. We were told to look up and not back. Now here it is, an article that is targeting that of Snyder fans. I think something's afoot here. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what that could possibly be. After knowing almost nothing about James Gunn's Superman reboot, we suddenly know a whole lot. And this latest detail should leave fans of Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill's iteration of the Man of Steel feeling at least a little relieved. Speaking with Screen Rant during a set visit in Cleveland, Ohio back in June, for which the embargo has now lifted, they let you know that. Gunn revealed his inspirations behind bringing the DC superhero to life on the silver screen once again. And the filmmaker is turning to everything, including the movies of both Richard Donner and Zack Snyder. Quote, I think that all previous DC media influenced me. I think that's obvious. The original Donner movie influenced me, but there's also a lot of things that isn't. Like I'm just making a Donner type movie. It's very different from that, period. Zack did some excellent stuff. So the director who you're praising right now is also praising that of Zack Snyder. So there's a lot of ways that influenced me. There's a lot of ways in which the DC animated universe influenced me. And there's a lot of stuff from the comic books above and beyond anything else. All-Star Superman that influenced me more than ever. Now, he did say that in the beginning of the production. But I feel that this embargo has lifted regarding this interview is because maybe the feedback that he was looking for, or even DC, just isn't there. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, he and Peter Safran called out that of Snyderverse fans, but now you're talking about you took inspiration from him. Why didn't you say that in the first place? Why didn't you release this article a long time ago? Right? Why? I know why. Because you alienated that portion of the fan base. That's how I feel. And you could tell that his version of Superman does take inspiration from that of Zack Snyder's Superman. The poster is trying to be that. And when you look at that teaser trailer for the trailer, right? It is taking all of the shots that Man of Steel has already generated. And another elephant in the room here is The Penguin is a great show. It is. It's a great show. But I do not feel that it got the viewership that Warner Brothers was hoping for. Right? If you think about it, it never made it into the Nielsen chart. It never made it into the Luminate chart. And something has followed that trend, and that is Creature Commandos. Now, I have been looking all over for Creature Commandos viewership numbers, and I have yet to find it. You would think if the Penguin managed to even chart 2.7 million views per episode on that of HBO Max, then I would feel I would believe that Creature Commandos should very well be able to do the same thing. I don't know. Now, with this whole Superman poster reveal and teaser trailer and maybe the supposed hype for the actual trailer, maybe all of that stuff just isn't hitting the levels that they're hoping for. Yeah, I know some people are watching this video at this very moment here saying, look, I'm hype. That is great. As a DC fan, I'm happy that you're hype. Just like I'm happy that the people who's fans of the Batman is hyped for part 2. Although it seems like we're never going to be getting the damn film. But I'm happy for you all. Be hype. But I do feel that maybe DC Studios and Warner Brothers understands that alienating an audience just isn't the right way to go. You know what I'm saying here? I mean, it's common sense. And I do get that some people, and maybe many people, they didn't like Snyder's direction, right? But obviously, James Gunn liked something about it. Yeah, he's saying that All-Star Superman influenced him even more so. But when you look at the texture of his suit, right, you look at everything that's going on with James Gunn's version of Superman, it does not scream All-Star Superman. It doesn't. All-Star Superman is a storyline that took place later in Superman's career, right? Not so much like right after the beginning. And that is what we're getting with James Gunn's Superman. We're not getting a beginning. We're not getting an end. We're not getting a middle. We're getting something that's like, I would say, a quarter of the way there, something like that. It's not quite the beginning, but it's after the beginning. It's a film that you would do if you had a trilogy. It would be the third movie. That's what we're getting from James Gunn's Superman here. And I feel that he wants to let it be known that he's taking inspiration from Zack Snyder's Snyderverse, right? But in reality, that's not going to satisfy the people who didn't want it to go away. Think about that for a second. Yeah, I get it. Warner Brothers may never bring back the Snyderverse. I totally understand that. But what they will fail to understand is when you disrespect those who you're seeking to gain ends out of their pockets, right? And you disrespect them in the way that you did, those people tends to turn their backs on you. Thus, you had all those flops in a row. There's a reason why, right? The fan base that you should have been prioritizing back then, you literally put them on a back burner and called them toxic. That isn't going to work. And moving forward, with that of James Gunn's DC and also those out there who wants to support it, right? You can't continue to attack the fan base that you know for a fact that you would need in order to make this film successful. Every little bit helps. So James Gunn and DC Studios, they may very well finally start to recognize that.